What is going on, guys? We are back with a different video today, and it's a little bit different because we reached our 100 subscribers. Thank you very much, guys, for the support. Really appreciate it. Really thankful that you seem to be enjoying the content that I put out and keeps me motivated for more. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and leave a like if you are enjoying the content, and let me know in the comments below, are you agreeing with the tier list that we're having today? All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so like we said, here is a tier list of the OP5 leaders that were really revealed not too long ago. And this is not what I think will be like super competitive, super OP, super broken, or what are the decks to play. It's a list that isn't for me. Like, is what I find interesting, what I'm looking forward to, what I think is the least interesting, and what is interesting enough to give it a try for a couple of games. So yeah, so we're gonna start with SABO. So SABO is the red-black leader with a power of 5,000 for life and is a revolutionary army type leader. The ability, down ×1 during your opponent's turn. If one of your characters with 5,000 power or more were to be KO'd, you may instead give that character -1,000 for the turn. So super great ability, right? Like, makes your character stick even if they're KO'd by effect or attack. So for me, like, even though it is a very interesting ability, for me this leader is between interesting and meh. We saw in OP2 that the combination of red and black was not that good with the leader card, right? So one color lowers the power and the other color lowers the cost. So with the lack of synergy between the two, it is hard to believe that this will be a super competitive deck. However, the interesting factor is the ability. Like we said, characters will be able to stick on the board through multiple attacks or even effects. Characters will be able to stick on the board through multiple attacks and even effects. But we also have the OP4 SABO that negates the effects for one turn, right? So, like, a question arises for me is, will this leader be similar to Rebecca? Like, using mainly one color, since the card support for Revolutionary Army went mainly to red, or will the deck be entirely off that card type? That's what's going to be interesting for this leader, and the reason I rank him as such. Next is BELO. So BELO is the red-yellow leader with 5,000 power for life and is also a revolutionary army type leader. The ability, activate main once per turn. You may discard one revolutionary army type card from your hand and you give up to 3 of your revolutionary army or trigger characters plus 3,000 power for this turn. Now, as you can see in my tier list, I have a category that will try cause meta. I believe this leader falls into that category because it sounds like it will become a better or a similar version of Zoro. So first, the ability is insane. Giving 3000 powers to 3 of your characters by only discarding 1 card is ridiculous. However, it is very limited since it only targets Revolutionary Army and trigger characters. So this limitation might be the only reason why it might not be as good as the other red decks that we've seen in OP3 and OP2 and potentially OP4, right? We still see red dominating OP4 in Asia, so when it comes out in NA or in the West, it will probably still be very strong. But yeah, so with the new cards still being revealed and with what we've seen so far, it seems like it's gonna have red support as well as very good yellow cards that we already have, like Cracker, right? Imagine a Cracker with you're already at 4 life, you have Cracker on the field, you boost him, you give him 3000 plus the 1000 that he already has plus the down that he needs for the ability. So that's already for 1 down, you put him 1 down and discard 1 card, you put him at 10,000. So there's a lot of crazy combos that you can do with that. So like I said, this one goes to go try as meta. Now, the next leader is ENEL. So yellow leader with 5000 power and 4 life and is a Sky Island type. The ability, during your opponent's turn once per turn, when your life hits 0, you may add the top card of your deck to your life. Then discard 1 card from your hand. So this is one of the leaders that I can't wait to try out. If you've been following the channel for the past month, you should know that I am a big fan of yellow, right? I've been playing Katakuri a lot recently. I've been running Katakuri for the main tournaments for regionals and treasure cups. So I am a little bit biased for yellow right now, and I think it's going to be a great addition. So having the new leader with such an interesting effect is quite exciting. Unfortunately, we do not have many ways to control which card we can put at the top of our life, right? Since the ability is just put your top card from your deck to your life, if you don't have that control, it makes it less efficient and more random. However, we've seen through OP4 that we have a lot more useful triggers, and hopefully many more are gonna come for OP5. So that will help make the deck better and add a little bit of consistency to the randomness that is yellow. And I say consistency very lightly because it is a lot of luck-based deck. So, and also, it's one of the cards that's been revealed not too long ago is we have our own Radical Beam. So that is pretty cool. Hopefully it will not get banned or restricted. So like I said, this one will go to can't wait to try because I am really looking forward to that card. The next leader that we have is the DONQUIXOTE ROSCINANTE. So a blue-green leader with the power of 5000 with 4 life and is a Navy and DONQUIXOTE pirate type. The ability is that he is a blocker, and also at the end of your turn, if your hand is 6 cards or less, you can set this leader as active. So if I am to be honest, this leader it looks a little bit underwhelming for me. Maybe it's because I don't really enjoy the green color. I haven't played that much with green, and it's one of the reasons why I find really hard to make Isho work in OP4 is because the green is still a little bit weird for me. It doesn't synergize as well like the other color, I find. So maybe it's probably my inexperience, but that's okay. We're here to learn, right? And yeah, so talking about synergies like green and blue, it feels like they're try to do two different things. Like one is the green is like resting your opponent's character, destroying your rested characters, and blue is bouncing back and bottom decking. So to me, feels like it's a little bit too much. But also like the ability, it I feel it's a bit underwhelming compared to the other leaders that we've seen so far in this list and the ones that are coming up also. Like, yes, it is good that we have a permanent blocker on the field and that we're also able to put him as active at the end of our turn, but we're putting ourselves in a situation where we always try to have 6 or less cards in our hand, which might be a bit risky if OP5 still has an aggressive meta. So I'm not sure if it's the best. And so yeah, like even if there has been a lot of DONQUIXOTE's support for OP4 and OP5, so maybe it will be a good control deck with all the resting abilities, right? So maybe this one, it will also be one that is more focused on one color as opposed to the other. But yeah, so for now, it's a meh for me. All right, so here we are probably at the leader that I am most excited about. So we have the Sakazuki. Sakazuki, blue and black leader with 5,000 power and 4 life, and is a navy type leader. The ability, activate main. Once per turn, you may discard 1 card and you draw 1 card. And also, when attacking, you can give up to one of your opponent's character -1. Since, well, to me, feels like an insane ability. First ability, you get to recycle one of your cards for free once per turn. You discard 1 card that is useless in your hand, and then you draw 1 card. And the other one is when you attack, you -1. That can help you hit so many numbers that you have trouble doing, and it doesn't even cost 1 Don. Similar to what Isho was trying to do, right? Isho, you put 1 Don to Isho, and then you -1 everything, but Isho had the awkward situation of being paired with green. But now Sakazuki is paired with blue, which unlocks like the black potential a lot, I find. Because this deck will not be about destroying, I think it's going to be about bottom decking all of your opponent's cards. So with that combination, this leader is going to be, in my opinion, insanely fun to play. Like we finally get the combination of blue and black, which to me, blue and black are made for each other. Like I said, I think it's the blue engine that's gonna be ran in that deck, and when I say the engine is the bottom decking, then you use your black cards as support to reach that goal. Yeah. I'm really glad that the combination of blue and black finally came, and it came with a navy leader, which is super useful. And I think it's the better option between him and Isho. So yeah, so this will go to the can't wait to try it. Like if I am to be honest, for sure that is probably going to be my main pilot for OP5. So last but not least, we have Luffy, purple leader with 5,000 power and 5 life, and is a straw hat crew type. The ability, activate main. Once per turn, you may take the top card of your life and put it in your hand. And if the amount of Don on your field is 0 or 3 or more, you can add 1 Don to your field as active. So this leader is really interesting. Like the ability pretty much solves the ramping problem that purple had so far, right? Like the fact that you don't need that many cards to be able to ramp is huge. So if you hit your ramp cards and you have the ability, then you just go off and you reach your 10 downs, like maybe by like your like 4th turn, you can get your 10 downs, which is crazy. And yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not that sure that the cards that are coming out will be enough to survive if we have an aggressive meta, right? Like if it was more a control based meta, like I can see him being very powerful because at one point you can't control the big characters. But you have the new straw hats that are being introduced to help you synergize with the ability, right? You have the Nami, you have the Robin, and you have the new secret rare Luffy that synergizes pretty well with the leader ability. So hopefully, like with the rest of the cards that will come out with OP05, will improve the odds of this deck. If it doesn't, I think purple will suffer with being like inconsistent due to the multiple type cards that you'll have to use to be able to like pull off your combos, and then like you won't have like a consistent searcher, right? Because one of the problems with purple is like every set it comes with a different archetype, right? Like you had like Animal Kingdom, then you had Impel Down, then OP3 you had like Water 7 and Galley Company. In OP4 you have Baroque Works, right? We are back to Baroque Works with Crocodile, with the purple yellow Crocodile. And in OP5 it introduces like new straw hats in purple. So every set has a new type characters for purple. So if the engine for straw hat is not good enough, then you'll have to mix a little bit of everything, and then you lose the consistency of the deck. So hopefully this Luffy will see a consistent version. Like it already has an event that lets you search for a straw hat, Kid Pirates, and Heart Pirates. So maybe that's gonna become the deck, right? Like you'll have 3 different types of three different types of characters, but you have one card to be able to search all of them. So maybe that is the solution. So until we see more cards and see the whole arsenal that comes with purple, like that's definitely going to be an interesting rank, because purple was the first color that I played when I started playing One Piece. Looking forward to see if I can still play it again. So yeah, that's it for this tier list. A little bit different from like the content that I've been putting out, but I told myself, why not make something different for the 100 subscribers, right? So again, thank you very much for watching my videos, subscribing, and reaching the 100 mark. Very much appreciated, and let's try to reach the next goal. And so yeah, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If we have enough likes, maybe I'll update my tier list when all the cards are available to us, so that we have a better idea of what we can play in OP5. And leave a like if you enjoyed this tier list, and make sure to comment below if you agree with my list. Again, this is my preferences. Like, I'm not saying that These are the decks that are going to be outperforming the meta, are going to be meta decks. It's just decks that I want to play, decks that I think will be meta and super strong, but are less interesting for me, but still good for the game. So yeah, let me know. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.